In the grand hall of David's palace, a king sits on his throne, his eyes heavy with the weight of unspoken sorrows. Across the vast expanse of the throne room, Absalom stands isolated, a figure of youthful defiance against the backdrop of royal expectation. The air crackles with unspoken tension, a growing chasm threatening to swallow the bond between father and son. At Jerusalem's city gates, Absalom's charismatic presence commands attention as he orchestrates a subtle symphony of discontent. With a disarming smile and sweeping gestures, Absalom weaves promises of justice, subtly undermining his father's reign. In a low, persuasive hum, Absalom plants seeds of dissent, painting a vivid portrait of a fairer future under his dominion. In the dimly lit Absalom's chambers, a clandestine assembly gathers, their intentions as murky as the shadows that envelop them. The air crackles with unspoken ambition as Absalom and his advisors meticulously plot their rebellion under the veil of night. Every whispered word and furtive glance weaves a tapestry of deceit, drawing them deeper into the abyss of their treacherous scheme. In Hebron, Absalom rises, his voice echoing with a bold declaration of kingship amidst a swelling sea of followers. The air crackles with fanfare, each note a spark, igniting the flames of rebellion. A palpable sense of rebellion surges through the crowd, a storm of change about to break. Absalom's figure is framed by the rising dust and the crowd. Messengers burst into David's palace, their faces etched with the grim news of Absalom's treacherous rebellion. Upon his throne, David's regal composure crumbles, his face reflecting the crushing weight of his son's betrayal and the kingdom's impending fragmentation. The weight of familial and national tragedy descends upon David, transforming his countenance into a mask of profound sorrow and despair. David, stripped of his crown, flees Jerusalem with his loyal followers, their bare feet a testament to their shared sorrow. Each step is a lament. Their weeping echoes the loss of a kingdom and the uncertainty of a future shrouded in despair. The road to Mount Olive becomes a path of tears, each footstep a heavy echo of their shattered dreams. Atop Mount Olive, David's gaze is drawn back to Jerusalem, a shimmering vision of his former glory. The city, once his, now appears impossibly distant, a stark symbol of his diminished power and authority. His heart aches with a deep sense of loss, each stone and tower a painful reminder of what he has forfeited. In the desolate wilderness, David and his followers march onward, unaware of the storm brewing on the horizon. From the shadows, Shimei emerges, a figure of scorn, unleashing a torrent of curses and a hail of stones upon the weary travelers. David's loyal officers, their faces etched with fury, instinctively reach for their weapons, poised to unleash righteous vengeance upon the insolent Shimei. Amidst the rising tide of anger and the clamor for retribution, David's calm voice cuts through the storm, a beacon of restraint. Leave him. With unwavering resolve, David declares, "If the Lord has bidden him to curse, who am I to interfere?" In a moment of profound humility, David accepts the curses as a penance for his transgressions, whispering, "Perhaps this is punishment for my sins." In the hushed solitude of his tent, David kneels, his silhouette a stark contrast against the canvas walls, as he seeks solace in silent prayer. His face, etched with a profound mixture of hope and desperation, is illuminated by the soft glow, each flicker revealing the depth of his inner struggle. In the air thick with the scent of canvas and dust, David's unwavering faith shines as a beacon in the overwhelming darkness. In the forest of Ephraim, the brutal clash between David's loyalists and Absalom's rebellious forces ignites a maelstrom of war. Chaos reigns as soldiers clash in the undergrowth, their conflict a grim testament to the fracturing of a kingdom. Amidst the carnage, the tragic heart of the conflict beats, a father's kingdom torn asunder by his son's ambition. High in the forest canopy, Absalom is helplessly trapped, his fate hanging by his ensnared hair. A lone soldier emerges from the shadows, his grim resolve a stark contrast to the peaceful forest. Ignoring mercy, the soldier raises his spear, a silent harbinger of Absalom's impending doom. In a swift, decisive act, the spear finds its mark, silencing the forest with the end of Absalom's life. In David's tent, a messenger bursts in, his face etched with dread, bearing the unbearable news of Absalom's death. The weight of the messenger's words crushes David, his world collapsing as grief consumes him. In a heart-wrenching cry, David laments, "Absalom, my son, Absalom! Would God I had died for you, O Absalom, my son, my son!" David's anguished cry echoes through the tent, a lament that tears at the very fabric of existence. In the solitude of his chamber, David is overwhelmed by inconsolable grief. David sobs, his heart shattered by the tragic loss of his son, Absalom. In anguish, David cries out, "Oh, my son Absalom, my son Absalom! Would God I had died for you, O Absalom, my son, my son!" Jerusalem weeps as the echoes of Absalom's demise and a kingdom fractured fill the air with sorrow. A sea of faces, etched with grief and despair, reflects the kingdom's deep wound. Torn banners and shattered symbols litter the streets, a stark testament to the kingdom's shattered unity. Bathed in the ethereal glow of moonlight, David sits isolated in his palace, his sorrowful visage a stark portrait of despair. The flickering candlelight dances across David's face, painting his eyes with the profound grief that gnaws at his soul. As anguish grips him, David clenches his fist, a silent scream of agony echoing in the luxurious prison of his own making. As dawn breaks over David's palace gardens, long shadows stretch across the manicured lawns, hinting at the solitude that envelops the king. Amidst the vibrant colors of the flowers and the stoic presence of the trees, David seeks refuge from the weight of his kingdom. In the soft light of the rising sun, a quiet acceptance begins to bloom within David as he confronts the crushing loss of his son. The daunting task of rebuilding his shattered kingdom looms before David, a challenge he must face with newfound resolve. In David's throne room, sunlight pierces through stained glass, spotlighting David's blend of humility and resolve as he faces his people. Before a murmuring crowd, David raises his hand, silencing the room with a kingly gesture of profound sincerity. David proclaims, "My people, I stand before you not as a perfect king, but as a flawed man who has learned from his mistakes." David admits, "I acknowledge the pain and division that has plagued our kingdom, vowing to rule with justice and compassion." With passion, David declares, "My goal is to heal the wounds of the past and restore unity to our land," urging his people towards a brighter future. He implores, "Let us work together to build a brighter future for all," resonating with hope and a call to collective action. Amidst the scars of rebellion, Jerusalem pulsates with renewed hope as cheering crowds welcome David, their king, back to the city. David, the returning king, is greeted with fervent cheers, his presence igniting a spark of optimism in the hearts of his people. Hope blossoms amidst the ruins as Jerusalem embraces a new dawn, its people united in their welcome for the king. In the grand hall of David's palace, shadows dance under the dim light, revealing a king transformed by trials and adversity. Seated upon his throne, David embodies a newfound wisdom and humility, etched into the lines of his face. Once a fugitive, David now carries the weight of leadership with a solemn determination to guide his people justly. Bathed in sunlight, David returns to Mount Olive, his face reflecting a serene acceptance of his past trials. David reflects on his arduous journey, a quiet strength radiating from his contemplative gaze. David finds solace in his faith, knowing that God's will prevails. In the serene solitude of his chambers, David, bathed in moonlight, pours his soul onto parchment. Lost in the depths of reflection, David pauses, his heart heavy with grief, yet his spirit unyielding in faith. With fervent passion, David resumes writing, each word a testament to his unwavering hope for the future. Jerusalem awakens, its spirit unbroken, as life's gentle rhythm returns, weaving through the ancient streets. Amidst the rubble and ruins, hands work tirelessly, brick by brick, dream by dream, to resurrect a city scarred but not defeated. From the ashes of yesterday, a hopeful dawn breaks, painting the sky with hues of promise and the unwavering belief in a brighter tomorrow. Sunlight paints the synagogue in vibrant hues, igniting dust motes in a dance of divine light as the community gathers in solemn reverence. Heads bow in unison, hands clasp tight, as whispered prayers weave through the air, a testament to faith and the yearning for redemption. In a hushed reverence, the narrator reflects, they seek guidance from God, finding strength in their faith and the promise of redemption. The air hums with an unspoken hope, each whispered prayer a thread in the tapestry of collective faith. Under the vast open sky, farmers breathe life back into the land, each seed a promise of renewal. With each tender touch, the earth responds, signaling the kingdom's slow but certain return to its former glory. The fields, once barren, now teem with life, mirroring the resilience and hope of a kingdom reborn. Within David's palace, the wisdom of age radiates from his benevolent rule. His face reflects the lessons etched by time, now guiding his hand with compassion. Determined, he seeks to forge a legacy of peace and righteousness.